Guys, let's turn to Lululemon here. We had mentioned it briefly earlier. I want to come back to it. It's opened up by about 1.1%. Piper Sandler actually upgrading the athletic apparel brand from neutral to overweight, citing Lululemon's momentum and not seeing the brand having to react as much as its peers to the more intense promotional environment. Lululemon has never been known as a promotional brand. In fact, they don't say anything's on sale or it's discounted. They said, hey, we just made too much. So just go check out the rack in the back. And that's something that I think has so much value for the brand in being able to do what some of the other athletic apparel makers are trying to get to, into selling a higher percentage of their inventory at full price. Lululemon has been able to move through so much of their inventory at full price that when it does have to discount certain items, it's not a major hit to the business at all. So it's really coming back to how much of that can they continue to sell at a higher price. And it really does come back to that brand annexation and the sentiment around the quality and how much they're able to just continue to engage against some of the heavy promotional items that are going to be out there this holiday season.
Brad, help an old guy out like myself. Now, you still shop at Urban Outfitters. How are teens affording Lululemon? I can barely afford Lululemon. Their stuff has always been pricey, and it has now gotten even pricier on some of these pants, some of the tops. I went into the local store here by our office in New York City, blown away by some of the prices. I left with absolutely nothing.
I think what the teens do have, actually, though, is a lot of household influence. They might not have the household spending power, but they have a lot of household influence. And the great thing about Lululemon, especially when you're talking about that teen fanfare around it, it's also something that has started so much from the women's wear category, where Lululemon really made its entry point and then started to dovetail into the menswear. And of course, with sizing, to be able to make sure that, hey, even some of the tall teens out there, or just, you know, I don't know how tall the regular teens are these days. I know I was pretty short.
They all seem bigger, Brad.
All the teens, what are they feeding these kids?
They are huge. They all look like football players. And I wish, well, actually, I don't wish I was a teen now, but yeah.